Welcome to Grand Sumo Breakdown,
the unofficial sumo podcast
for official sumo fans. Welcome to Grand Sumo Breakdown. This is Jake.
And this is Mac.
And we are here with United States light heavyweight silver medalist, Cornelius Booker. How are you doing today?
Doing all right. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for
Awesome.
joining us. Cornelius, you're one of the guys that keeps getting brought up. Lots of people, especially down there in the Southeast, have used you as their way into sumo. Reference you as somebody that helped them get started in the sport themselves.
Also kicking their ass.
Also
in the
kicking
ring
their
as
ass
well.
exactly, because that's part of getting started in sumo.
Yes.
Oh man, but yeah. So how long have you been wrestling, and what are your favorite parts about that?
So in terms of like competing in sumo, I've been competing since 2015, so 6 years.
Yeah
6 years.
Nice.
When you say like in terms of competing, so you'd been you practicing, watching on TV, or what do you mean before that?
Yeah. What got you into this?
Well, I saw it on TV when I was 8, 9, a young age. I don't recall. Watched it. I found it interesting. Wanted to do it. My folks didn't exactly enjoy the idea because of the stereotypes.
They thought you were gonna get super huge or something.
Yeah, and I also was a bit of a bit on the chubby side back then.
I was about to say you're solid now. I was about to say you got muscle now. I've seen you wrestle. Oh, don't be honest.
And I got a bit of definition, nothing more. Anyway, so after like many attempts at like trying to do sumo and like get ready for it, my folks were consistently like pressuring me against it, so I eventually decided to do wrestling. Did wrestling for a few years, for about 3 years. Got really good at it. Didn't reach my goals in wrestling. Look back at sumo a couple years later, so I wanted to try out for it again after I found out there was weight divisions in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure.
So I started training for to do that off and on, and it didn't. That was from like 2011, 2012 to 2015. I trained off and on.
Is that mostly just like on your own training, just watching the sport, using it to work out? Kind of deal?
Mostly on my own. I have gotten like a couple of people here and there to try it out at least once or twice, but for the most part, nothing that like stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you said in 2015 that was your debut. Was that at the US Sumo Open? Was that at Nationals? What was your debut tournament?
That was actually the Georgia Sumo Open. That's it takes part in Japan Fest. It normally happens every year in Atlanta around second, third weekend of September. That was my very first official introduction. Introduction to sumo.
Yeah, you mentioned the weight classes thing. I think anybody who's not a heavyweight probably is grateful for that. What weight do you normally wrestle at?
Depends on what you mean by normally and in what time frame.
Yeah, I know. I know they don't always have every division at every tournament and stuff like that.
I wasn't even talking about that. Okay.
No.
How about I just give you a timeline?
Yeah, there you
All
go.
right, perfect,
Go for
perfect.
it.
All right. So when I first started sumo, like my first ever competition, I was weighing about 210 pounds. There was no, and I wrestled in the 253 weight division because at the time when I first started, there was only 3 divisions: lightweight, old middleweight, which 220 wasn't there before. There was no 220, so it went from 187 to 253 to everything.
That's a jump.
Yeah. My first tournament, I wrestled 253. Then my next tournament, which was 2016 Nationals, I managed to drop all the way down to lightweight, 187. From that point onward to about 2019, I would wrestle seriously in lightweight, and if it's like a small tournament, I would just do 253 or 220 when they finally decided to put that in 2019.
Sure.
Then 2020 happened. I decided to take a temporary break. At least that was the plan, a temporary break from lightweight, and went up to 220 just to feel it out.
Sure.
And then COVID happened, and that temporary thing was more of a
curse you,
thing.
COVID.
Yeah, I think everybody gained a weight class in 2020.
Yeah. Yeah, and then fast forward to now, to 2021, I just did 253 because since for some reason 220 isn't happening at the World Games, I saw zero reason to be doing 220 this year. And lightweight, as much as I'd like to get back down there, it's kind of out of the question for me. So,
sure. So might as well pack on a little extra and hit that 253 division.
So the packing on extra thing wasn't exactly part of the plan. It just kind of
it just happened.
Wasn't in my plan either, I tell you what.
It never is, really.
Oh man. So yeah, we there's a couple of guys that we've talked to that are kind of stuck in that situation where they got to wrestle at the combined middle and light heavy. So it'll kind of expand the pool of guys you might be going up against. Do you have anybody in particular you're looking to get a win back from, or anybody that you haven't seen for a while you want to wrestle?
You mean besides the obvious?
Well, whoever could you mean by that?
Let's see. What did you call me earlier? You introduced me as what?
As the silver medalist at light heavyweight.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's a win that you're gonna want back. That'd be Andrew Roden, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That I can definitely see why that would be. He'd be
AKA
right
Alabama, if I'm remembering correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that'd be great. There's Yeah, I suppose you got a couple middleweights that you might not normally face except for in an open weight division. Are you going to be going with the guys from Florida this time around? You might have.
There's a gator on his shirt there, Jake. I think
because you guys are bringing a handful.
Yeah.
So you got you, and then the other big name in that combined division from you guys is going to be Karinga, who is the gold medalist at middleweight. That'd be fun to see you guys face off against each other. But
I don't know if I'd want that though. I like both of them, and so I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
but I want both of you to win.
Yeah. Oh well, but yeah, when we go to Vegas, you square off against that whole division. Like we mentioned to everybody else, we don't want you to give away any secrets, what you've been training in particular. But just out of curiosity, how has that training been going? You got your team down there that you work with, but what do you guys? How's that been going in the last couple months?
Bunny hopping all over the place. Eating a chonko.
Well, training's been going really well for for all of us. Since we're pretty spread out, it's a bit of a struggle for all of us to get together and actually practice as a team. In fact, between all of us that's actually going to Vegas, we haven't been able to like get our entire team together. Once the closest we got to it was a couple weeks ago, when me and Jordan went down. So most of the time, Karinga would run stuff in his area, and I run my stuff in my area. But we do exchange like some training ideas and whatnot. So yeah, we're all doing pretty good.
That's good. Yeah, that yeah, it's especially in 2020, I'm sure it was hard to travel around and stuff like that. Just traveling in general, being so spread out, it's got to be your biggest challenge in training, right?
Yeah, yeah. Really, it's so for me personally, traveling isn't traveling down to Orlando isn't that huge of an issue normally. It's finding the time for it.
Sure.
And now I think about it, yeah, it's a bit of an issue because the time, and also after driving down to Orlando so many times, the bills actually kind of start adding up a little bit.
How far are you going, by the way? Where are you based out of?
Panama City Beach.
Gotcha.
I know another thing that we've encountered, at least in talking with some of the others, is finding people to actually go against. But it sounds like, at least at Florida Sumo, there are a ton of guys to go against. Like you mentioned, Jordan, you've got Karinga there. I think there's at least 3 or 4 others that you can at least practice against. Is that true?
So yes, that's true. However, getting someone that's like in your division, it can vary. Like I think with Karinga's in Orlando, Tyler has a bit of an issue finding other lightweights, I think.
Sure.
Don't quote me on that.
Karinga versus Tyler is not a match I would place money on. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tyler.
I mean, I know. No, I wouldn't put.
But yeah, he's
on that one either.
no. We talked to Tyler after nationals. He's definitely not lacking in spirit. But yeah, if you don't have other guys your own weight class to practice against, that must be tough.
Yeah, but he does get some people that come in that in his weight, but they're generally newer to the sports, and I'm not 100% sure how often they come in.
Yeah.
So whereas the heavyweights up there, they got heavyweights, and Karinga's Karinga.
Yeah,
I think that's the best way to sum up Karinga. Karinga is Karinga.
Yeah. Whereas my club, so we actually have two lightweights that can actually compete, practice with each other, and they actually practice. I think they practice like basically every other day, just because they live kind of close to each other. Whereas me and Jordan, we generally don't have anyone to wrestle with in our area. Jordan can occasionally wrestle with his dad, but with no offense to Mr. Sykes, he's seen better days.
Yeah, Jordan, he's
Jordan Sykes,
your young prospect heavyweight.
Correct.
Yeah, but he's getting to that age where I imagine Dad's having trouble getting wins back on him. Where do you guys train out of up there? Do you have like a set location? Do you kind of just like go whoever's free?
We practice at a jiu-jitsu academy that's about a few miles away from where I'm at. Since our two lightweights are actually a county over from us, they will occasionally meet up and practice on the beach. I will occasionally join them for those practices whenever work isn't in the way.
Oh yeah, sure.
Jordan, because he's still a minor and has school, he can't exactly do that.
Yeah,
Jordan, Mr. Selfish, come on, man.
Yeah, that pesky being at a top level at only 16, 17 years old. Darn. Oh man.
These kids today.
So you mentioned that you actually got into sumo because you saw it on TV first. Do you still follow Prosumo?
Yes, I do. Not nearly as much as I'd like to because adulting sucks.
Yeah. No, that 100%
biggest
confirmed.
Understatement of the year.
Oh man. Well, hey, I know a podcast that can help you keep up to date. You know, if you're ever.
Do you have a favorite that you love to watch?
I want to say it's my current favorite that's active, though he's been kind of hurting me this past year. Tochinoshin.
Oh
yeah. I'm a Takayasu fan. I get it. It's been rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did okay in this last tournament though. I mean, he was injured and he was out of it for a few days, but I think of the matches he was in the ring for, he did okay though, right?
Yeah, he had a good record in the ring.
But yeah, he's always been fun to watch with his like big showy deadlifts and stuff like that. Is that what appeals to you about him?
Yeah, and also the throws that he used to do back then.
He used to throw?
Well, yeah, I think he got a start in judo out in Eastern Europe, but
yeah. I did not know that. You have just added to my sumo knowledge. Thank you.
Yeah. You've been following him for a while. Isn't he one of the guys that had he got up to the top ranks, but then had a pretty serious injury?
I believe so. I don't remember how far he fell over, but I do know he managed to get as high as Ozeki and held it for a little while before he started slowly trickling down.
Yeah. Last year or two has been kind of tough. Yeah, I brought him up here. He got all the way to Maegashira 1, Maegashira 2, and then he fell all the way to mid Makushita, the 3rd division down.
Ooh.
Before he started making his way back up, and he had that awesome Ozeki run.
Yeah,
that was we're pretty partial to Tochinoshin on this show as well because of that 2018 run that he had.
Yeah,
that's why we call him the gorgeous Georgian, man.
Yeah.
So my other current favorite, I've been watching for a while, was Ura.
Yeah.
Must see TV.
Yes.
Yeah. Just a lot of his stuff that he does is, it kind of reminds me of a bit of like how lightweight was. Just a lot of the moves that he does, is a bit what I'm looking for. Just kind of, it's different from what you would normally expect to see.
Yeah.
So he's wily. He's a wily sumo wrestler.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun, and yeah, that's an interesting comparison because he's not like enormous, but he's not tiny either. But he definitely
used to be tiny. He used to be tiny.
He did. He used to be small.
He used to be, on the Sumo DB website, it looks like he started out at barely 100 kilos, but now he's up to like 140.
Yeah.
He's packing on the
He's
pounds.
packing them on, but he still wrestles like a little guy.
I just fear for his knees. That's the only thing I worry. He's gonna do one of these weird back bends or a bad knee lift and he's down.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying my best not to worry myself about.
Yeah. That's funny. Oh well. Yeah, anybody let's see. So yeah, you got Tochi Notion, you got Ura. Anybody in particular that you feel like you wrestle similar to them? I just out of curiosity, I think is that something that you think about when you watch Pro Sumo, or are you more just in it as a spectator?
So I couldn't think of like a wrestler that like I'm like basically a carbon copy of.
Sure.
Because
we asked him not to reveal any training tips, Jake.
Right.
We can't do that.
Sorry.
No, that's not what I'm saying. No.
No, I get it.
Because a lot of people do say that I guess I'm a little unpredictable. So I don't know. I change my styles up every now and then. Like I try something different, figure out I like it, just add it in, and then just So also because I change weight classes like more often than I probably should. So because I don't have like a set style, I couldn't be able to like compare myself to
sure,
single wrestler.
Gotcha. Nice, comfortably vague answer. Doesn't give anything away for Vegas.
Perfect.
Nobody's gonna know.
It's genius. He's gaming. I love how he's doing this.
Oh man. Well, yeah, you and Florida Sumo coming to Vegas December 11th. Who are you guys bringing from your club, by the way? Now that we're a little bit closer, do you guys have a set roster that you're bringing along?
This is how many people we're bringing.
Dang.
8.
Okay.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. So all 5 of us that were at nationals are returning.
All right.
So Mark and Jordan for heavyweight. Me and Karinga are sharing the light heavy or whatever they want to call it. This
right.
This go around. And then Tyler's is going for lightweight, and we have two extra lightweights. Both of them are from my area.
Okay.
One is both of them have wrestled before. One is you probably never heard of him, but his name is Al. He actually what was it, 2018? Yeah, 2018, his first year wrestling. He actually got third at nationals.
Oh wow! Right.
Yeah, so his very first year, and he's been kind of off and on because of he's been off this past year because COVID going around and whatnot. So then our other lightweight is Brandon.
Brandon Mcleod.
Yes.
Got it.
This will be his third. This will be his third tournament, but surprisingly, this will be his first time actually competing in lightweight.
Oh,
oh, really?
Dropping down from higher?
No. Because at our tournament, if you remember,
Iron Belly,
there is only 2 lightweights, and because there weren't that many lightweights, it would just be Tyler and Brandon face off each other.
Oh, sure.
They just opted to just bump up the middleweight.
Oh, okay. Oh no!
And then the last tournament he did was the
Mighty Eagle one.
The team tournament in San Antonio. And that was all team comp and open weight.
Yeah, that was a fun idea. I hope they do that one again.
Yeah, I really like that idea. I wish I was actually trying to push for it and actually do it at my event, but or host an event where it's team tournament.
Yeah.
They just kind of beat me to the punch. So,
Well, make it better. Take it, improve upon it, make it better.
There you go. We want that Florida versus Texas rivalry strong.
Not that we want to stir too many things up, but you know,
But hey, maybe a little.
just a smidge.
I'm pretty sure we're doing that 90 time, but
And then who's number 9?
8.
Number 8.
Oh, I'm sorry, 8. I can't count.
Anyway, it's Logan, our first official female on our team.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Karinga mentioned that you guys were bringing a girl for the first time for your team.
Yep. She hasn't competed in any events yet. She would have competed in at the Iron Belly tournament if we ended up getting another female to show.
If anybody else showed up, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, hey, next time will only be bigger, right?
Yes.
Right. That is the plan.
So if anybody else wants to reach out to you, maybe kind of get involved with sumo, obviously you're a mainstay, definitely in the Southeast. How can they do that?
Yeah, just either email us at floridasumo@gmail.com or message us either on Instagram on Florida Sumo or on Facebook on Florida Sumo.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Well, yeah, thanks so much for joining us, and we're looking forward to seeing you in just a little bit here in Vegas. Good luck to you.
1 week. Woo-hoo, holy crap, Jake. 1 week.
Yeah, we got a lot of prep to do. By
Oh,
the time this
no.
releases, we'll be even deeper in the hole here.
Mhm.
Oh man, thanks again, Cornelius. We'll see you soon.
See you soon. Yeah.
Thank you for listening to Grand Sumo Breakdown. Until next time,
Throw your salt high.
And keep moving forward.